Hello, my name is Peter Parsekian of the Saturday Night Chef. I've been cooking at home for about 30 years, making elaborate dinners about once a week. These have come from cookbooks and magazines and newspapers and recently from the internet. But I've had to cook them many times to get them guest ready, to get them just right. These are special dinners for special evenings, and it took many times, many trial and errors before I got them to the point where I could comfortably serve them to guests. But you don't have to be a five-star chef to prepare these kinds of meals. What you need is a recipe that's properly written, one that includes just the essential information. You know, we have done all of the homework for you. We've cooked through these meals many, many times so that all you have to do is prepare them once. There are a total of 13 food categories here: beef, pork, ham, lamb, chicken, seafood, pasta, side dishes, salads, barbecue. It's a source for all seasons. Cookbooks, for example, aside from being heavy and hard to work with on a countertop, are highly specialized, which means you wind up with just a couple of recipes from any one book, and then you don't use that $35 book again. And lots of times the recipes are printed in a very fine font style, so you have to squint to read them. I've also found sometimes that one recipe covers more than one page, making a complicated meal even more complicated. We've eliminated these problems. We've printed recipes on large cards, 7x9, heavy stock, and a 12.5 point font size, easily readable from 3 feet. 2 acrylic holders come with the box that stand the cards off the kit at a comfortable viewing angle and protect them from spills. In addition to that, in the box comes a 17-page info booklet that covers key food notes, guidelines for preparation of food, guidelines for utensil selections, the type of information you need to present complicated, special types of dinners that are not easy to make. Without this information, you're basically flying blind. This helps you guide you through those complicated dinners, those challenging preparations. We also have in the box an index with all of the times listed after each meal. So now you can pick, say, a main entree and a couple of sides and know what you're in for in the kitchen that night. It helps you select meals that can be coordinated and finished together. I mean, compare this to going to the internet and looking through a lot of pages you're not familiar with, or thumbing through old cookbooks or magazines. It's all right here. You can choose a meal and a couple of sides inside of 10 minutes. And we don't provide recipes for hors d'oeuvres or desserts. You can buy those on the outside at a reasonable price and in good quality. We try to concentrate on the main meal. It's about doing the main meal at a 5-star level. That's what we do with the Saturday Night Chef. Magazines and newspapers I've had to cook through many times. They're seasonal, so you only collect a couple of recipes per issue. So it could take many years before you have a decent diversity to choose from. And again, they print in a very fine font style, so you have to, get very close to it to read it. And I have never made a meal from a magazine or newspaper the first time, as I said, and presented it to the table. Much trial and error. Trial and error is expensive, it's time consuming, and it can be embarrassing if the meal doesn't work out. So we've made these meals many, many times so that all you have to do is make them once. Celebrity chefs' recipes on the internet leave out key cooking methods and details. These are the kinds of details that separate good meals from great meals that they can produce every time. They've had culinary school backgrounds and worked in high-end kitchens for many years. We don't have that kind of experience. They leave out key cooking times after steps, so it's hard to coordinate the finished meals together. They don't list special equipment, for example. So you're looking for a pot in the middle of a recipe while something else is overcooking on the stovetop. And they never list, or very rarely list, what to look for in key ingredients. What does a good cut of filet mignon look like, or a good cut of swordfish? They rarely make these kinds of recommendations for pasta or sauces. We do. So that, we provide the details so that you are going to produce that 5-star dinner you were expecting. You don't have to be a great cook or even a good cook to present a 5-star dinner to the table. What you need is a recipe for that great dinner, and most importantly, one that is properly written. The Saturday Night Chef eliminates the complexity and the confusion from this kind of upper-level cooking. Enjoy.